Here on Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report, I'm Amy Goodman with Nermeen Sheikh.
We end today's show looking at the biggest story in the sports world this week. A professional basketball player named Jason Collins publicly revealed he was gay, becoming the first male athlete to do so while still active in a major U.S. team sport. Jason Collins made the announcement in Sports Illustrated and then sat down for an interview with ABC's George Stephanopoulos.
You always knew you were gay?
Yeah, it's I sort of describe it as you know that the sky is blue, but you keep telling yourself that it's red.
So you fought it?
Yes, in the beginning. I think they call it like the 12 steps. You know, you go through anger, denial, and all. You know, it's just. But when you finally get to that point of acceptance, there's nothing more beautiful, and just allowing yourself to, you know, really be happy and be comfortable in your own skin.
So you send this thunderbolt out into the world.
Yeah.
12 hours later, how does it feel?
It's incredible. You just try to live an honest, genuine life, and next thing you know, you have the president calling you. And,
what did he say?
He was incredibly supportive, and he was proud of me, and said that this not only affected my life, but others going forward.
Martina Navratilova said this is going to save some kids' lives.
You know, I look at her as one of my heroes. The dignity and the class that she's lived her life and all that she's achieved in her career. She is my role model. Hopefully, going forward, I can be someone else's role model.
That was NBA player Jason Collins speaking on ABC about his decision to come out and how he was inspired by tennis legend Martina Navratilova. She came out publicly in 1981, making her one of the first openly gay sports figures. Well, Martina Navratilova joins us now by telephone. She's the winner of 59 Grand Slam crowns, a record 9 Wimbledon singles championships. Today she adds one more victory to her name. As of midnight, same-sex couples in Colorado officially obtained a civil union and have it be recognized by the state today. Back in 1992, Martina was among those who filed a lawsuit challenging the constitutionality of a Colorado amendment that prohibited state and local regulations that extend minority civil rights protections to homosexuals and bisexuals in Colorado. Martina tweeted, "Today, Colorado civil unions to begin at midnight tonight. Colorado has come a long way since 1992 amendment to keep going." Martina Navratilova, welcome to Democracy Now!
Thank you very much. I better be careful what I tweet. I keep thinking I'm only tweeting to my followers, but it's out there, isn't it?
Well, now your friends and family have gone viral around the world. Your response first to the man who worships you, to Jason Collins, who's come out in Sports Illustrated. His first sentence is, "I'm a 34-year-old NBA center. I'm black and I'm gay."
Well, it's pretty funny that when a guy that's a foot and a half taller calls you a role model, you know. But Jason's been a breath of fresh air and a pioneer. I mean, it takes a lot of guts to come out to your friends and family. As for most gay people, coming out is the most traumatic experience in their life because of the worry about the backlash. What's going to happen? Are my parents going to accept me? Are my friends going to accept me? Are my sisters and brothers going to accept me? And to come out to the whole world is an extremely brave thing, and Jason has done it in a climate that's certainly much more friendly to gays and lesbians, but still in the sports world it's a big no-no. So kudos to him.
Martina Navratilova, could you talk about your own experience coming out and how different it is, the response was then to the response to Jason Collins?
Well, my response was much more mixed, and some positive on one end when I lost the U.S. Open finals to Tracy Austin about a month after coming out. The crowd was very supportive, but for the most part, it was negative. The media certainly roasted me. I had my share of here's Martina's love nest, or good versus evil, as one columnist headed a column about me playing against Chris Evert. So it was pretty nasty, but you just kind of deal with it. The funny thing that I've just realized today is that Jason came out, and it's not only is the response positive, but the press wants to talk about it. It's a big story. With me, it was a big story, but it was like on an embarrassing level. You know, the way the press portrayed it. I certainly didn't get an invitation to speak on Good Morning America because it was like still a taboo subject. It was such a negative subject. It made headlines, but in a very bad way.
Let's see. President Obama congratulated Jason Collins. President Reagan was president at the time when you came out. What was his response?
Well, certainly there wasn't one, and I didn't expect one. It's great that Obama is supporting Jason, but in the 80s, the climate was such that there were thousands and thousands of gay men dying from AIDS, yet President Reagan didn't mention that. So a phone call to me would have been unthinkable. I just wish that he had been more supportive of our community in the wake of the tragedy that was AIDS. It took years before he ever mentioned the name.
Talk about the decision you made to go public back in the early 80s. What went into you? For a lot of people who are listening right now and watching this broadcast, maybe a lot of professional athletes as well. Talk about your feelings in those months leading up to this and how exactly you came out.
Well, it wasn't exactly a decision to do it. I always thought I would say so one day. I never felt I had anything to hide. I never felt that being gay was anything to be ashamed of. So I never felt apologetic. Didn't have issues with it. Didn't grow up with any religion. So I didn't have any religious, issues to deal with as far as homosexuality is concerned. So I accepted it very easily. For me, it wasn't that big a deal, but still to make it public to the whole world is a different story. I really couldn't come out until after I got my citizenship because it was a disclaimer. Back then, it could have been a disqualifier. I could have been denied my U.S. citizenship because I was gay. So I didn't. I stayed quiet. Pardon me?
Explain what you mean.
Well, I defected in 1975 from Czechoslovakia, and I got my political asylum and applied for U.S. citizenship, which was due in 1981. And if I came out as gay, the Naturalization Service could have said, no, we're not going to give you your citizenship because you are gay. That was a disqualifier. It could have been a disqualifier to get my citizenship. So I kept quiet. I didn't lie. When reporters asked me, I just didn't answer the question. I said, that's private, and I'm not going to talk about it. And then once I got my citizenship, I didn't have to hide anymore.
Martina Navratilova, can you explain what the impact was on your career, on your tennis career, both in terms of actually playing the sport and in terms of endorsements once you made this revelation?
Well, the endorsements didn't come because I was number one for a long time and didn't get the outside endorsements other than what came with tennis, which meant tennis rackets and shoes, rackets, and clothing. Outside of that, I didn't get any outside deals. But I think because I came out and I was true to myself and I was finally able to just be free and not have to pretend, not have to lie, not have to hide anything, I think because of that I played better tennis. And, I of course was a much happier person. So I think it helped me become a better tennis player. Most of all, I felt free, and you can't put a price tag on that. Financially, did it cost me? Absolutely. How much? I don't know, and I really don't care.
Do you think it's easier for women to come out than men?
Not necessarily, but I think it's funny in sports. Women have to kind of prove their heterosexuality when they're really good athletes. There were women that have written books proclaiming their heterosexuality, just in case anybody thought that they were gay. Because for a lot of girls growing up, as soon as they're athletic, they're called unnatural or lesbians or whatever. And a lot of straight girls don't even get involved in sports because they don't want to have that kind of bullying happen to them. So it's almost assumed that you are gay. You have to prove that you're straight. But for guys in the macho sports, it's the other way around. So it's easier for them to hide because nobody will ask them, are you gay? I don't think I've never heard of a male reporter asking a male athlete, are you gay? But they certainly feel free to ask the women. So it's just, again, there's a kind of a double standard with men and women. But I think women perhaps I don't know why they have been braver over the years in coming out. I don't know.
Well, from Collins to Colorado, as of last night, midnight, Colorado can officially obtain same-sex couples there, a civil union, have it recognized by the state. Talk about what you did in 1992, filing a lawsuit.
Well, first of all, kudos to Governor Hickenlooper for signing this, and I'm sure that he will go a step further eventually. I think we will have full marriage rights in Colorado. But in 1992, there was a very hateful Amendment 2 that basically made it legal for any institution to deny gays and lesbians access, whether it's hospitals or restaurants or employment. Anybody could fire you or not let you in a restaurant because you were gay. And I had wanted to speak to the press about this amendment prior to the election because I was scared that it would pass, and nobody wanted to talk to me. He said, oh, no, it'll never pass, it'll never pass. Sure enough, the election comes, Bill Clinton wins, Amendment 2 loses. It passes by a vote, it was like 52 to 48%, even though before the vote it showed that it wouldn't pass, but it did pass. And the next day, my PR agent had like 200 phone calls and requests for interviews. Everybody wanted to talk to me. Now, it was too late. So, but it was overturned at the Supreme Court as it was unconstitutional. But there was a big fight over nothing, unfortunately.
Last comments, Martina Navratilova, on this day where, well, the first male openly gay athlete in pro sports, Jason Collins, has come out and cited you as his hero.
Kudos to Jason. I hope he'll sleep better now that he can truly be himself, and maybe his basketball career will take off. I hope he finds the team of his dreams because he's a free agent now. But I know that he'll live a much happier life, and he's done a lot for the gay community, and I thank him for that.
Martina, thanks so much for being with us. Martina Navratilova, tennis legend, winner of 59 Grand Slam crowns, record 9 Wimbledon singles championships, came out in 1981, making her one of the first openly gay athletes. And that. Thanks so much for watching this report from Democracy Now!, your daily independent global news hour. We don't accept advertising or corporate funding, but rather rely on donations from viewers like you. Please make your contribution by visiting democracynow.org. We need your support today to keep bringing you this hard-hitting, in-depth reporting.